would do on day one, my agenda with the council members. The fifth item I would like to talk about is gas utilities. The sixth item I would like to talk about is my desire to see the spirit and attitude of Medicine Hatter's light, buoyant and happy. Therefore, I would put together 4 parties a year sponsored by the city. And the last thing I want to talk about is the sanctuary and how that would help stop proselytizing between the churches and draw more cooperation between us so-called Christians. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is high school students. I believe they should have a seat on council. I would direct City Council to make the necessary arrangements to have students at all high schools voting once a year to obtain the individual who will share the seat on council, both working together with and informing council members what's going on in the high school, and in return informing high school students what's going on in council. This would be done every year if I were mayor. The second thing I would like to talk about at length is the legalization of pot. First of all, a little history lesson. What was happening pretty much all across North America 100 years ago when it came to the use of alcohol? Many of us wouldn't be able to get it wrong because the Christians had prohibition. What happened in Chicago in the 20s when the government decided to beef up the muscle of the police force in order to incarcerate dealers of alcohol? Well, it became a city-state pretty quickly. Gangs grew. I believe the same situation has happened 100 years later with the attitude towards marijuana. Marijuana is proven less deadly than alcohol. Alcohol is deadlier than pot. One of the ways I believe to properly understand what to do with hallucinogenics is the way I would try and initiate the legalization of the drug. And that would be through the Senate in Ottawa orchestrated powwow, attracting natives across North, Central, and South America who utilize hallucinogenics for the purposes of better understanding how to communicate with the spirit world. The profits from the sale of alcohol would go towards the purchase of Hummers and motorcycles for an effective narcotics squad that would make sure that no school student ever had to worry about marijuana, crack, crystal meth, cocaine, heroin. These are things destroying many corners of our city. We must wake up and deal with this from a historical perspective. I believe this is the best way to deal with it. And I would bring it to the attention of Ottawa should I become mayor. The third thing I want to talk about is the airport expansion. Airport expansion is necessary if we're going to improve as a city. One of the industries which I believe there are many people around North America and Europe that would be interested in investing in is locating Virgin Galactic Enterprises, which is on the verge of flying out of the Mojave Desert in California and rocketing 6 paying customers into the atmosphere and space beyond. They would return to a Suffield base space shuttle landing pad, which is an item that I put forward in 1992 under the Lawrence Decor Liberals that received international headlines, front page news, Globe and Mail, as well as a response from the Vice President in charge of Vice President of the United States, Al Gore, in charge of NASA. My fourth thing I would like to talk about is my use of an executive assistant. I believe, as Rob Renner has counseled with me several times, that Medicine Hat Mayor needs an executive assistant. Therefore, I know a lot of the things I say are big, but I would choose not just arbitrarily anybody off the street to become the next executive assistant. I would choose none other than Ted Grimm to be job done.
Oh my God!
the last to our great-grandchildren's ages? Yes, we do, but I don't think we can do it at present. We can't compete financially with many of the companies that are drawing the gas. Therefore, I would instruct the city to investigate the possibility of turning all our empty gas wells into gas holding chambers that would be used in times of heavy use, such as cold winters or abnormal industrial use. The fourth item I would like to talk about is the 4 yearly parties. Medicine Hatters need to get a lot of the students, and some of the students say there's no culture or life in Medicine Hat. Well, that wouldn't be so should I become mayor. 4 times a year there'd be a city-sponsored party. Summer solstice would see, you know, something like maybe a toga party out of Eckerdale Park. Where 90-year-olds that do belly dancing can pick up their winter time might be a bit of a gamble because what I'd like to see is possibly an ice palace Rotary Park so that children can come down to the ice palace and slide. If there's enough snow, maybe we can have a dog sled team rocking children and families back and forth along our railway streets there. We've got a few seconds left, so the last thing I want to talk about is these faith sanctuaries. I gave a nutshell idea of what it's about. But I think it really would draw the city churches together in a way that democracies around the world would marvel at. And Medicine Hat would be an ideal place to live. Thank you.